Here we are in a really special place called the Magic Hedge at Montrose. And one beautiful thing that we always have access to as human beings is our awareness. What are we aware of in the world around us? And when we tap in and pay attention to what we are aware of, we may notice some observations. Let's talk about observations.
So Andrea, I know that you're taking your students on a lot of different virtual field trips this school year, and they might not be able to be here in these special places with you, but hopefully they're making observations while they're in their classroom and you're showing them these virtual field trips. So an observation is one of my favorite vocabulary words because it's one of the easiest. An observation is something that you notice with any of your five senses. So maybe you are in your classroom right now, maybe you're in your home right now, and you're making observations. You could be using your sense of sight right now to see that I'm wearing a red sweatshirt. That's an observation. Maybe you're using your ears right now to make an observation. Perhaps you're hearing the wind in the trees. Perhaps you're hearing some other sounds. So observations are really easy things to do, and they really, I think, enrich us a little bit when we make observations. Andrea, did you want to add a little bit more about observation?
Yeah, I love it when we can tune our senses into the world around us because it helps us even attune to ourselves. And Nature Along the Lake is about building our relationship with the world around us and ultimately building our relationship with ourselves. So when we open our field of awareness, when we start to tune in to what we're seeing, what we're hearing, and what we're feeling, we can become more alive to the world around us. So let's try a little experiment right now. What are you observing? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you tasting? What are you feeling? Pay attention to your observations. So one thing I'm observing right now is I see all these little bees in this flowering prairie plant. And I see them nuzzling right into the flower. What do you think they're doing, Nicole?
Well, I think that they're going to hop from flower to flower to flower because they're looking for the sugar that plants make. And a lot of pollinating insects get their food, their sugar, their energy from the sugar that is in the flower. But not only do I think that they're trying to get their food from the flower, I think they're doing something else that they're not necessarily trying to do.
Yeah, this is the beauty and the magic of pollinators. So what's happening is these bees are going from flower to flower, and then they'll go to different plants and they'll take the pollen that gets on their bodies and take it to another plant, and that will help the plant reproduce. This is why it is so important that we take care of our bees, because they help pollinate and they help many plants reproduce. And one way that we can help take care of the bees is to make sure we don't pollute our environment with chemicals, and to give bees their space, and to just bring awareness to how important pollinators are for our planet.